This video is exclusively educational and historical in nature and has no intention of promoting hatred, prejudice, or extremist ideologies. Symbols are not just drawings. They are tools. In the right hands, they become memory, faith, identity, and hope. In the wrong hands, they become banners of persecution and licenses for cruelty. That is why, when a symbol appears, the most important question is never, what does it look like, but rather, in what context is it being used? The swastika has a rare biography in human history. For millennia, it was a symbol of well-being and protection. And within a few decades, it was transformed into one of the emblems most strongly associated with hatred. The best way to understand this is to tell the story as if the symbol had lived two lives, one of good and one of evil. Long before any modern political party existed, the swastika was already engraved on objects, textiles, temples, and artworks from many different cultures. In several Asian traditions, it was and still is a sign of good luck, prosperity, and protection. Even its name points in that direction. Swastika comes from the Sanskrit svastika, related to well-being and favorable conditions. In religions such as Hinduism, Buddhism, and Jainism, the symbol became part of everyday religious life. It appears at the entrances of homes and temples, in celebrations, manuscripts, artifacts, and markings of sacred places, without the political meaning that the West would later attach to it. In this first life, the swastika functioned as many ancient symbols do, a visual shortcut to a big idea: luck, life, order, light, continuity. There's a detail that surprises many people. In the early 20th century, the swastika also circulated in the West with positive meanings, used as a good luck charm and decorative ornament. This was common until the 1930s, when its association with Nazism came to dominate public perception. A symbolic example of this appears even in publishing history. Rudyard Kipling, who had used the symbol on book covers and ornaments, ordered it removed once it became clear what was turning into in the hands of the Nazis. In other words, there was never a single universal meaning. There were different cultural uses, and like many symbols, its meaning changed according to context. The turning point, when a symbol is captured by power, then comes the second life, and it does not arise by accident. After the First World War, nationalist and racial ideas gained strength in Europe. In this historical climate, the swastika was appropriated by extremist movements, especially by the Nazi Party in Germany. In 1920, Adolf Hitler helped define the party's flag, a black swastika inside a white circle on a red background, tying the symbol to a political narrative of race, enemies, and supremacy. From that moment on, the swastika stopped being a sign and became a uniform. It stopped being a cultural mark and became a command. The symbol came to represent a state project that culminated in persecution, war, and genocide. And in the Western imagination, the swastika became inseparable from Nazism and the Holocaust. This is a mechanism of using symbols for evil throughout human history. An ancient symbol is chosen, one that looks eternal, a narrative of purity, destiny, and enemies is attached to it. Repetition makes the symbol feel natural and inevitable. The symbol is used to unite some and dehumanize others. After the Second World War, a deep cultural divide emerged. In much of the West, the swastika is almost automatically read as a Nazi symbol. In part of Asia and in religious communities, the swastika continues to be used in a traditional, religious, and cultural sense. This creates a clash of interpretations. The same drawing can mean blessing in one context and hatred in another. For this reason, many countries created legal restrictions on Nazi symbols. Germany, for example, criminalizes the use of symbols of unconstitutional organizations. with exceptions for context such as art, science, research, and education. And this includes the Nazi use of the swastika. In Brazil, Law Number 7716 of 1989 defines as a crime the manufacture, commercialization, distribution, or display of Nazi symbols, including the swastika, when intended to promote Nazism. That is why knowledge must always come before action. Wisdom is liberating when it is used correctly. Leave a like and share this information with those who seek understanding.